Hello everyone and welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live stream. It is a special one here today. It is a charity Watch with Nordic live stream here today. We got two games here on this doubleheader tonight. One of them is between the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the other is between the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames. It should be one hell of a night here. It is hockey night in Canada, but as always, I am here in America today. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having a great day so far. We are getting ready to get started here in just about 10 minutes or so. They're going to do the Leafs home opening intro as they always do. We got to go through that, obviously, and then we'll actually get started with the game. But hopefully you guys are doing great so far here tonight. We'll do a preview in just a moment. We're just going to wait for everybody to get in here, and then we'll start talking about the team. So you look at previous home openers for these two teams. It feels like they've played every single time they have played. Feels like they meet up every single time, every single home opener to start the year. All right.
Maybe you guys will ask a couple more Mitchie questions here for the next couple of weeks, but hopefully that'll die down here shortly.
All right, just pulling up my standings here. So, the history when we stream these two teams. Toronto heading into their 11th game that we've commentated with them this season. They are currently 5-4-1 when we live stream them. They are just one of three teams to reach 10 games commentated through 85 streams here so far. I believe this is stream number 86, I think. 85, 86, I believe, one of the two. But regardless, you look at Montreal's side, this is only our fifth time streaming them. They are 1-2-1 when we live stream them. So players are lacing up their skates right now, getting ready for start. Hopefully everybody's having a great day so far. Again, this is the Watch with Nordic charity stream. So all of the donations and revenue from this stream is going towards the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation. So if you are in the stream and you want to donate some money, it's not expected, but it's of course always appreciated. And if you're asking yourself, well, Nordic, are you going to donate money yourself? Yes, I am. $100 sub donation from me to start off, and then all the donations and revenue made after that. That includes the monetization, the ad revenue I get from this stream in total, the ad revenue I get from the shorts that come out of this stream, which means the goal commentary clips. It's not a ton, but it still is some. And if you're asking yourselves, well, is this going to be the only ones you do? No, I'll be doing plenty more, probably at least one per week, every single week. For the next 4 months, or the next month or so, we'll be doing a charity stream every now and then. Just tonight, we're doing 2, and then we'll move on from there and probably come up with a couple of more after that. But thank you all so much for tuning in. The commentary will start here soon. They're going to do the Maple Leafs intro here, and then we'll actually get started, but they got to introduce the players in their lineup, obviously. And you know Sportsnet's got to do their little home opener there, of course. So there you go. Here comes out all the coaches and the scratched players and the general managers and all that good stuff. So they're introducing everybody right now. The video coordinators, the assistant coaches. They'll introduce the head coach, Craig Berube. Derek Lalonde there on the bench for Toronto. Mark Savard as well. Mike Van Ryn. And Craig Berube. Here's some cheers there for Craig Berube for sure. Now they're going to show off the scratch players. There's Scott Lawn starting off his year with Toronto. That feels weird. Philip Myers as well. Two former Philadelphia Flyers, probably bonding pretty well. Sammy Blais was one of the 13th forwards. Marshall Rafai as well. There's some red there in the stands. I see some red in the Montreal arena. Look at them waving those towels. So the slogan on their thing, what is it? Oh, I forget what it is. It's like brains over... I gotta go look at it. Leaf towels. All right, they're introducing all the players, so we won't be starting the commentary here for a little bit. What did they say? I forget what they said. I saw it earlier. Oh, I'm trying to find it. Ooh, the blue. I just found the Blue Jays ones from their playoff run. Those are sick. Those look nice as hell. But I can't find the other ones. All right, still here in the home opener. Introducing all the all the players. It's going to take a second. Then they're going to do Oh Canada. And as I did for America, we will be doing the... we'll be taking a moment of silence for the national anthem. Anthony Stolarz, Nordcast GOAT, coming out of the Maple Leaf there. That's one of the Nordcast GOATs, if you obviously know the Nordcast lore. There's Nicholas Waugh. Matthias Micheli, the newest acquisition by the Maple Leafs here. Starting goaltender preview tonight, Sam Montembeault is in net for the Canadiens, who has been a solid goaltender for them ever since he came in there. He was a waiver claim years ago and helped Montreal get to the playoffs. On the other end, you have Anthony Stolarz, who was most recently signed this offseason to a $4 million, or actually no, a $3.5 million contract, a 4-year deal at that. He's been very good for the Maple Leafs as well. On the backup side, you have Jakub Dobeš, who will back up Montreal there as Montembeault. He was good last year for sure. And then on the other end, Caden Primo is the backup for Anthony Stolarz as Joseph Woll has taken a leave of absence. And I do wonder, with them claiming Primo off of waivers, you do have to ask yourself the question, could that mean that Joseph Woll could be out for a while here? We're going to have to see. All right, so off John Tavares. They're almost at the end of players here. We're on to the last one, and you guessed it. It is number 34, Austin Matthews. What's up, Dave? Good evening, bro. How you doing? All right, now they're going to do the Maple Leafs intro. They will play the national anthem. The other two teams will come out to the ice. Blow the blowhorn there. There you go. Look at all the phones recording. Got to record the intro and send it to your mom. As players will skate around, Montreal will come onto the ice. And they'll start the anthem here in just a moment. There's your Canadiens, led by Lane Hudson, Calder Trophy winner last year. They pan in on him. You can see Ivan Demidov there as well, one of Montreal's most pivotal rookies here heading into this year. There's a lot of optimism and a lot of spotlight around rookie Ivan Demidov for sure. All right, they're going to take a second to honor Ken Dryden, who passed away this past summer. All right. Here we go. A moment of silence for Ken Dryden. They're probably going to play a video as well. Hanging in there at 3 more hours of work left till you get home. Nice. So you'll be able to tune into the Battle of Alberta. That is good to hear. Again, guys, Watch with Nordic charity stream tonight. So if you have any money, and donations are not expected, but they are appreciated. All of the money is going to the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation. And they're going to honor the life of Ken Dryden here. Never played for Toronto, I don't think. He played fully for Montreal. He might have worked in management for Toronto, though. He really is one of the greatest. Ken Dryden was unbelievable.
Last month, a remarkable Canadian, Ken Dryden, passed away.
All right, they're playing the video. If I turn it up, I'll get copyrighted. I'm sorry, guys. I can't turn up the video. I do want to watch this, though. One of the 100 greatest NHL players of all time. No, I'm not doing the 6-7. Ken Dryden's family's here in the crowd tonight. They just panned over to them. Oh, yeah, so we'll be doing another stream here tonight as well. We got Oilers and Flames later tonight. That'll be an exciting one. I'm looking forward to that one for sure. But again, I do want to preface this. Donations for this charity. Oh, Dave with the biggest one. There you go. Thank you, Dave, with the first donation of the night. That's $10 already added to the $100 sub donation that will go to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So thank you, Dave. That is very much appreciated. They took a second there to honor Dryden. Not a peep in that building. Wow. No, they give a standing ovation. All right. I'm going to turn up my TV and we'll do the national anthem.
Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our man glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we
No problem, Mark.
stand on guard for
Oh, Canada, here in Toronto, live from Scotiabank Arena. It is time for the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. Here it is, hockey night in Canada. Even though that's on a Saturday, it's on a Wednesday here today. We got an all-Canadian live stream tonight. We start off with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. And then we'll move on later to the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames. Again, I'll remind everybody multiple times throughout this stream, this is a Watch with Nordic charity stream. All donations and revenue from these streams will go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So if you have some money, it's not expected for you to donate. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you got to donate to watch. But if you want to donate some money, even if it's $1, $5, $10, it doesn't matter. All donations are greatly appreciated. Love what you're doing with the money. My grandfather was down on receipts. Yeah. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. How is your grandfather doing? All right, going into a commercial break here. They gotta get their licks in before we get started here with puck drop. I'm sure they're gonna do a ceremonial puck drop as well prior to the game starting. So that's why we haven't gotten started here right away. But again, thank you all so much for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. And we're in the middle of an ad break right now, and then we'll get started. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I hope that he's able to live a very happy life. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, so my stepmother, I haven't really had an experience with a family member having cancer besides my stepmother. And she had, I'm going to find it here again. She had amyloidosis, multiple melanoma, and she beat that. So it's great to So it was great, but it was back when I was younger. Anyway, starting goaltender preview here for Canadiens and Maple Leafs. Sam Montembeault is in net for Montreal. 31, 24, and 7 last year. Had a .901 with 4 shutouts in the regular season. On the other side, Anthony Stolarz had a 21, 8, and 3 record last year in a shortened season. Had a .926 with the Maple Leafs during that year as well. Some call this one of the oldest rivalries in the sport. 2 Original 6 franchises, both from Canada. Both are looking to write a brand new chapter. Toronto, missing one of their best players from last season. Montreal proved a lot of people wrong and broke into the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now we're asking ourselves the question, who can do that this year? Maple Leafs versus Canadiens. Home opener is underway. Face-off is won here back then by Montreal. They'll bank it off the boards and back down into the Toronto zone. Behind the net now, Stolarz clears it around. It's thrown back up to the point, and Montreal cannot keep that one in. Matheson in the Montreal end. Toronto will intercept it. Now back down low for Michele. Michele waits, battling with Matthews behind the net as they still try and handle that puck. Thrown back in front. McCabe a shot! And that one will deflect just into the corner. Thrown back up into the right side. Matthews regroups. We'll give it back then for McCabe. McCabe to Nylander. Toronto with the first shot. It's 1-0. In terms of that, Montreal will break back the puck. Here they come into the zone. Newhook sends a pass over. It's intercepted. Goes banked off the boards. And now the Maple Leafs rush the other way. Nylander with some room. Over. Riley shoots it. And a save there by Montembeault. And he'll make the stop. Good pressure there by the Leafs already. Getting the puck into the offensive zone, making good puck movement, getting the Canadiens defenders moving to one side, and giving them the opportunity to take some shots there on Monty. Good opportunity there. That's for sure. Decent play-by-play. Thanks, I appreciate it. I try and improve and get better, you know. Some days it's better than others. But it's not even really just the fact, like, you know, trying to improve with it, but it's just also the fact that you have to enjoy it as well. Face-off won here by Toronto. Nylander shoots it. He scores! Up at the point, William Nylander right off the draw, and it's 1-0 Toronto just 1 minute into the game. And right off the faceoff, William Nylander takes that puck. It might have been tipped in front by Bobby McMahon. And we'll see the replay here. Nylander took that puck. He shot it. It looks like it was tipped off of Bobby McMahon. He will get credited with the goal. And it's 1-0 Toronto here early. A nice opportunity there. Right off the faceoff, it's tipped. Yeah, that was definitely off of McMahon. And goes through the 5-hole of Sam Montembeault. All right. 1-0 Toronto here. Banked off the boards now by Montreal. They'll try and tie it. Here they come. Carrier into the zone. Shoots it. Blocked off there by Tanev. Played back then on the right side to the point. Another shot saved by Anthony Stolarz. As the Canadiens pressure there in front. Brendan Gallagher doing what he does best. Doing some little instigating there. Shots are 3-1 in favor of the Maple Leafs. And Bobby McMahon with the early goal. I thought it was William Nylander, but McMahon will shoot that one off the tip. And it is 1-0 Toronto. McMahon, one of the players who was very polarizing. There's Craig Berube in his second season as the Maple Leafs head coach. Face-off coming here now. It's won by Toronto. Lorentz now kicks it back to the right side. OEL will bank it off the boards. It ends up going out of play. And we'll get a face-off here just outside the zone. What do you mean by can you call it? Oops, I dropped my pencil. Face-off coming here now outside of the Toronto zone. It's Nicholas Waugh, one of the newest acquisitions here by Toronto against Patrick Laine, who was acquired last season. Suffered an injury at the start of the year. There's some optimism there by Montreal that he can possibly come in here and maybe have a fresh start. Puck will slide into the Toronto zone. It'll be an icing against Montreal with 8:15 left to go. Here's some of the biggest things that you're looking at here. Montreal needs to really establish a 5-on-5 offense. They were great on the power play last year, but their 5-on-5 offense definitely could have been better. And then Matthews and Stolarz, they got to lead the way. Those are your two big cornerstones here. You have Matthews as your top center, and Stolarz is your starting goaltender for the moment. As Joseph Woll is out there with injury, Matthews needs to take a step back and have a bounce-back season, especially with the departure of Mitch Marner. They'll battle for it here in the corner in the Montreal zone. Arbor Jackeye picks up that puck. Back up then for Laine, who will clear that one out of the zone. Racing for it is Josh Anderson down low. He'll control the puck, looks for options. To the point then, into the zone now taking it is Dobson. He'll shoot that one wide. Now a pass in front, rebound play there is denied, and Toronto will try and clear. It's kept in, though, by Montreal. Matheson feeds a pass over then for Cole Caulfield. Caulfield to Matheson at the point. Hudson, back to Matheson now down low. Matheson, a shot saved there by Stolarz. Montreal battling with it. It's banked off the boards, back now behind the net. Slavkovsky fighting alongside Brandon Carlo. Up to McMahon, who has the opening goal tonight. And they can't keep that one out in the zone. It's Matheson deking in, looks for options. Toronto playing good defense. A shot saved there by Stolarz. And Toronto will bank that one off the boards and out of the zone. Suzuki now will dump that one back in. Here's Jake McCabe now on the right side. We'll throw it up to the neutral zone. Montreal will regroup. Here's Suzuki now. Will bank that one into the zone. And Toronto gets control. Tanev flicks that one in the air. It's kept in, though, by Montreal on the right side. Intercepted, and Toronto will bank that one out. Lane Hudson, Calder Trophy winner out there on the ice right now. Won that trophy over Dustin Wolf and Macklin Celebrini, who were the two other finalists there for that award. Shots are now 4-3 in favor of Montreal. They draw an icing. They had some good offensive zone pressure there. You see the guys they brought in. Noah Dobson, clearly known as a really good offensively touted forward. He was their biggest acquisition this past year. Also, Zach Boldu, who is currently out there on the ice right now. Another good acquisition there, too. You also highlight players like Ivan Demidov, their young rookie who's come in this year looking pretty solid. So there's a lot of optimism here for Montreal. Played out to center ice. The Maple Leafs will be forced to regroup. Ekman-Larsson drops it back to Benoit. Benoit gives it up to Matthews. Austin Matthews into the zone. Loses control of the puck. And here they come the other way. Newhook banks it off the boards now down into the corner. Back now behind the net. Benoit holds the puck. Over then for Ekman-Larsson, who will clear it off the boards. Rushing it down the other way. That'll be an icing against Montreal. Against Toronto. And the faceoff will come back in their own zone. Well, if you're asking why I'm doing breast cancer, the reason why I'm doing breast cancer is because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I thought that would make sense, but Bobby McMahon got the goal in front, Bon. What's up? I mean, they're all bad. Like, there's no question about that. Here's Robertson, a shot there, saved by Montembault. Of course, like, I would acknowledge all the other ones, of course. Like, we'll do other streams involving other cancers and we'll donate other money to other charities. This is the October one. But the reason why I'm doing breast cancer is because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Montreal, 91 points last year, the most since 2018-2019. You know what's wild about that year? They had 91 points in that season. They didn't even make the playoffs. That's how stacked that division is. Face off here now in the Montreal zone. It's Domi versus Gallagher on the draw. And it's won back then by the Canadiens. Played up to the point then. Zach Boldu trying to race for it. Banked off the boards. Domi holds the puck. Sends a pass up to Robertson. Robertson back then for Riley. A shot. He sends that one just wide of the net. Here's Zach Boldu, one of the new acquisitions for Montreal. Gives it up for Gallagher, who will clear it down low into the Toronto zone. Morgan Riley back then for Jason Robertson. Robertson deking it through center ice. Will throw it up in the air. It'll go down and into the corner of the Montreal zone as Toronto will get a line change. Banked off the boards. Now it's center ice. Trying to battle with it there. It'll go down low then for Calle Yarncrook, who will battle for it now behind the net. Montreal picks it up. Anderson clears it out of the zone. Racing for it now is Laine battling with Tanev. And we got a delayed penalty here, and it's against Montreal. And the whistle is blown as Montreal touches that puck. Nicolas Waugh punching there at Patrick Laine, and Toronto will head to the power play. Any predictions on who won't make the playoffs? So I have some hot takes. I don't believe Columbus will make it. I actually don't have Montreal in it. And that one's difficult. But it's because I have the Rangers in it. So you might disagree with that there, Montreal fans. But I think, like, either way, like, Montreal probably is going to make it. It's just a hot take that I have. I like to have hot takes, so. All right, Maple Leafs power play here coming up. No, Toronto's making the playoffs. What are we doing? Toronto's making the playoffs. Unless if like Matthews deals with another injury, then I would be like, I don't know, maybe. But even still, they have a really good team. Maple Leafs on the power play here. Now Anderson taking a shorthanded break. He'll go around. He's forced around to the right side. He'll move back in front. A backhand save there by Stolars. A good shorthanded opportunity. I don't have the Red Wings making it. Buffalo finally makes the playoffs. Not a fan, but I feel so bad for that fan base in particular. Hey, you never know. Like, that's the fun part about predicting. You're probably going to be wrong, but you might be right. I don't really know, though, about Buffalo just because of the fact that I think the Sabres... Oh, here's the rush the other way. In the zone, it's Kapanen a shot. He scores! Shorthanded goal, Oliver Kapanen. And the Canadiens tie the game. His first NHL goal. Oliver Kapanen. One of 3 players in Watch with Nordic history. His first NHL goal shorthanded. And the Canadiens have tied the game. I was trying to respond to your comment, and then I rushed down the other way. Wow, what a play there by Oliver Kapanen in his first NHL goal. And the game is tied here at 1. Here's Michelli now the other way. We'll drop it back. A shot from Domi. Glove save there by Montembeault. I thought Kapanen had one already. I thought he already had one. No, he didn't. 2 assists. Wow. Oliver Kapanen, his first goal in the National Hockey League. And the Canadiens have tied the game up at 1. A minute 17 left here in the Maple Leafs power play. Montreal will clear that one up and out of the zone. It'll go down low into the Maple Leafs end. Oh, can't see because of the baseball match. I'm watching on ESPN, so I don't know the channel in Canada. I'm in America. Here's Michelli now. Drops it back for Max Domi as Toronto's still trying to move it in on the power play. Here they come. McMahon a shot. And that one goes wide. It'll come up and out of the zone. And now the Maple Leafs will have to regroup. 45 seconds to go here on the Toronto power play. Montreal gets it shorthanded. Here they come the other way. Newhook a shot. And they shoot it just wide. That would have been wild if they scored 2 shorthanded on the same power play. But this power play for Toronto, not looking that great. Here's Morgan Riley. Moving it through the zone. We'll drop it back for William Nylander. Trying to take it through the zone. It's intercepted then by the Canadiens. They'll clear it down the other way with 17 to go on the power play. Here's Anthony Stolarz. Gives it up for Morgan Riley. Riley through the zone. Throws that one in down low. McCabe sends it back for Matthews behind the net. Battling for it with it is Matthew Nyes, who also signed a contract. Power play concludes. Only 1 shot in that power play. A turnover. Here's Suzuki, a shot. Glove save there by Anthony Stolarz. It's been an eventful game here so far. Goals from Bobby McMahon and Oliver Kapanen, including his first NHL goal, as we have a tied hockey game here with 12:43 left to go in the first period. Whew. So Oliver Kapanen, for the nerds here in the chat, I'm sure some of you don't care, but regardless, in Watch with Nordic streaming history, there have only been 3 players to have scored their first NHL goals in our live stream. Those players are Gage Gonzalez, Brett Berard, and now Oliver Kapanen joins that exclusive club. So congratulations there to Oliver Kapanen tonight. His first National Hockey League goal. And he ties the game up. A shorthanded breakaway off of a Toronto Maple Leafs turnover. That power play was rough for the Maple Leafs for sure. But regardless, Oliver Kapanen with his first NHL goal. It does suck because, like, I want to commentate more first NHL goal calls. And getting that one is definitely a really good one to have, for sure. All right, let me go back to the chat. Let's see. Absolutely hate the greedy blackout question marks everyone has to deal with to watch a game anymore. Oh, absolutely. It's so terrible. Think Mo will find his mojo this season? I hope so. You mean Mo Sider, or am I stupid right now. Am I forgetting? I think so, yeah, if it's Cider. Now the Canadiens have their big gorilla on the ice games, like a boxing match. Oh my gosh. All right, face-off coming here now inside of the Toronto zone. Shots are 7-5 in favor of Montreal. They have laid down the shots here on Toronto. Maple Leafs will dump it down low into the zone. Now behind the net, Lane Hudson trying to battle with that puck. Now fighting forward in the corner. It's stolen back then by the Maple Leafs at the point. Tanev a shot. Save in front. Rebound. And that one's played back to the right side. Down low then behind the net. Caden Gooley. One of the defensive defensemen here for Montreal. Slavkovsky feeds it up to Hudson. Here's Lane Hudson. Drops it back. Montreal moves it into the zone. Slavkovsky shoots it. And that one goes off the pipe. That looked like it might have went in. What just happened? Here's Carrier now on the right side. Back then, Suzuki will drop it down low for Caulfield. Caulfield to Slavkovsky. Throws it up to the point. Carrier. Moving it into the zone then is, I believe, who is that? Zach Boldu. A shot from the point is blocked. It's Xhekaj. There you go. Arbor Xhekaj comes out of the zone here to regroup. Gallagher banks it off the boards. 11:30 left to go here in the first period. It is 1-1. We are tied. We got a stoppage of play. Showing off Steve Lorentz. I want to see this replay. I could have sworn that went in. It looked like he had the 5-hole on him. What happened here? Oh, it went off of Stolarz' head. I was like, what the hell? Strange. Anyway. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. Again, this is a Watch with Nordic charity stream. So all donations go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. If you have some money, it's not expected, but it's appreciated if you would donate some money to our cause here. We'll do multiple of these during the season, by the way. And a whistle here for offsides. Praying for the return of some straight-up thugs in the game. Too many teams are really pushing the envelope because there's no real fear to do it anymore. Oh, for sure. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Highlighting Ivan Demidov here, one of the rookies. Oliver Kapanen last year had 2 assists in 18 games with the Canadiens. Was a good acquisition at the end of the year. And tonight he scores his first NHL goal in the first game of the season. Solid amount of Habs fans here tonight inside of Scotiabank Center as well. Down low here in the corner. Canadiens pick it up. Demidov trying to bank it off the boards. As Montreal races it the other way. Kapanen feeds a pass over. It's turnover then. And here comes Montreal the other way. Nyes will clear that one down low into the zone. Michelli trying to race for it. It's intercepted there by Jakub Dobish. At the point, Riley a shot. And that one is denied there. McCabe trying to clear it down low. Dobson picks it up then for Montreal. He'll bank that one off the boards, and the Maple Leafs will come back to their own zone and regroup. Jake McCabe. We approach the halfway mark here of the first period. We are tied up at 1 apiece. A backhand there by Tavares is denied. Nylander battling for it. He'll bank that one off the boards. Now McMahon trying to send it up to the point. McCabe waits. Throws it down low. Nylander, it'll slide up and out of the zone. And Toronto will regroup. McCabe, back in their own zone. Will hold the puck. Here's Bobby McMahon. Already has a goal tonight off that tip from William Nylander. Now down low, Hudson. Drops it back. Here comes Laine. Patrick Laine the other way. Was a off-season acquisition last year. Suffered an injury in preseason. Hudson. Back down low to Laine. Back up to the point. Canadiens trying to hold it there. It's intercepted. Ekman Larson. Arizona Coyotes legend will bank it off the boards. Benoit. Back then over for Nylander, who will clear it down low. Lane Hudson will now go behind his own net to regroup. Gives it up then the other way. Here comes Carrier. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate the sub. Battling now on the right side. Yarncrook trying to clear it up to the point. Carrier battling forward. He throws it up to the point. A shot! And that one is blocked. Yarncrook now down low in the Toronto end. Will bank it off the boards. They'll battle for it here on the right side. Lorentz. Back over then to Nicholas Waugh. Will dump it down low. Racing for it there is Arbor Xhekaj. Still battling for it here. Carrier intercepted by Lorentz. Throws it up to the point. A shot! And that one is blocked. It'll come out of the zone. And Caulfield will push for that puck. He clears it down low into the Maple Leafs end. Tanev banks it around. It's off the boards then. McCabe trying to race for it then. Dobson will come back and intercept. Down low then for Stolarz. Back over for Tanev on the right side. A shot! And that one is blocked there in front. A backhand rebound in front of the Toronto crease. And Stolarz will make the save with 8:13 to go. And we'll head to commercial break. Some chances for both sides, but nothing much comes of it. We are still tied here at 1 through the first period. Thank you all for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. If you are new here, it would appreciate it if you would subscribe down below. All subs are appreciated greatly. Again, we're just in it for the fun. But Oliver Kapanen, his first NHL goal. It's always cool to see first NHL goals in live streams. That's one of my favorite things, actually, seeing a player score their first National Hockey League goal. It's always nice. And it's cool to see a moment like that here tonight. All right, still in commercial break
Having
here.
a dead phone.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, it's annoying how Sports Center can be sometimes. You got to buy like the package. You got to pay for the TSN or whatever. Didn't they increase their prices though? Sportsnet, that is. Didn't they just increase their prices? I saw something about that during the off season. And they do it because they know, like, oh, what are you going to do? You don't have a choice. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. Like, when you really think about it. You have the package, you can't, that's unreal. Yeah, that's ridiculous then, but they can do that to you. $30 a month. That's $30 a month times 12. I'm not good at math. 3 times 12, that's $360 a year. It's kind of wild. That just seems expensive. Like, am I crazy? Especially for Canada, that feels wild. And like, yeah, like I know I'm the American here talking. Like, we aren't much better, but that's just crazy to me still. Here comes Toronto now the other way. Benoit trying to bank it off the boards, and they blow that one dead for offsides. Showing off Anthony Stolarz. Was acquired last year by Toronto. Was he a trade or a signing? I think he was a signing. Anyway. Face off outside the Montreal zone. It's won by Toronto. Ekman Larson trying to bank it off the board. Coming down the other way. Through the neutral zone. It'll go back down low to the corner. Domi. We'll slide it off then. Back on the right side. Battling forward here is Dakota Joshua, one of the newest acquisitions. Sends it up for Domi. Domi, 2-on-1. Moves in, shoots it. Saved by Monty with the glove. So I don't cover every Leafs game. I would love to cover all of them, but unfortunately I am in college. I have a job. It's hard to cover all of them. But I do try and cover most of them here. We do all 32 teams here, though. So I do want to say that we cover all 32 teams on this channel. So that includes the Leafs. Face off here now, one back by the Canadiens. Gooley on the right side, banks it off the boards. Here comes Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher trying to send a pass up there for Kirby Dach, and the whistle is blown for another offsides as Doc did go off. Face-off coming here now inside of the Montreal zone. It's one back then by the Canadiens. They'll clear it down to the Leafs end. Battling now down behind the net. Riley to the right side, trying to pick it up as McMahon. He'll send it the other way. Tavares back for Carlo. Carlo will dump it down low and into the Canadiens' end as a whistle is blown. And something's going on. I looked away from my screen for a slight second here. Showing off Zach Buildup in his Montreal Canadiens debut was a good acquisition by Montreal. I'm not going to lie to you. And we got a penalty. It's going to be against Toronto. Montreal will go to the power play. It's a high sticking call against William Nylander. I kind of missed it. Watching two teams not personally invested is peace and calming. Oh, definitely. You can enjoy it a lot more when it's not your favorite team, that's for sure. I will agree with that 100%. Face-off here, one back by the Canadiens. Hudson to Suzuki. Down low then, Slavkovsky will take that pass up to the point. Hudson waits with the puck. Down low, Caulfield. Canadiens on the power play. Their power play was very good last year. And a shot there by Toronto is cleared back down the other way. Shots are 9-6 in favor of the Canadiens. A goal from Oliver Kapanen has it tied up at 1. Banked off the boards now. Carlo will kick that one. It'll slide out there as Toronto races for it the other way. Into the zone, Nicholas Waugh shorthanded. Takes it around then down low. Buildup battling for it as well. It's picked up then quickly by Lane Hudson with 6.5 minutes to go. Hudson drops it back. Caulfield will move it through the zone. Back to Slavkovsky at the point. Hudson comes in, drops it back. A shot! And that one is blocked there by Carlo. Thrown up to the point on the right side. Down low then Suzuki. Caulfield back to Suzuki. They move it in front. Intercepted there. Jabbing at it. Caulfield to drive. Off the post. And out of play. I believe that went off the post. What a shot there by Buildup. That shot was blocked there by Carlo, and then Caulfield had an opportunity right in front. He shot that one out of play. I thought it went off the post. I don't know why I thought that. Sorry. Face off here, one back then by Toronto in their own zone. Played back now behind the net. It's cleared all the way down then by Toronto with 35 seconds to go on the Canadiens' power play. Here's Noah Dobson. Dobson drops it back then for Demidov. Demidov moves it through the defensive zone. Drops it back. Kirby Dach. Pass over then for Laine. Laine banks it off the boards. Montreal waits. Laine to Gallagher. Back then for Demidov. Demidov waits. Gallagher to Demidov. Holds the puck in front. They can't shoot it on. Now Dobson to Laine. A shot there is blocked. And that'll do it for the power play. Laine here still regrouping. We're back to even strength. In the corner. Tries sending a pass in front. Puck goes up in the air. And Toronto will get it out. Or at least get it out of the zone for Montreal to make a line change. McCabe drops it back for Riley. Morgan Riley, a pass through the neutral zone. Racing for it then is Matthews. Battling with Matheson on the right side. Carrier battling for it as well. Trying to get to it in the corner. Matheson takes it back. Banked off the boards then quickly. As Toronto will come out and regroup with that puck in their own zone. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Remember, all donations and revenue go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Again, it's not expected, but it is appreciated. If you could put either $1, $5, $10, it'd be greatly appreciated. Here's the one I know the other way. Michelli with some room. Poke checked away there by Matheson, denying that Toronto player Now behind the net. Canadiens wait with the puck. Looking for options. We'll move it up now down the right side. Sends a pass up. Here they come the other way. It's Cole Caulfield. A shot. And he shoots that one wide. It's picked up then by Bobby McMahon. McMahon moves it through. Got some room. A backhand as that one goes wide there as well. It goes up in the air. And now back the other way for Suzuki. Nick Suzuki with some room. Slavkovsky throws it in front. And that one's quickly intercepted. Now here's McMahon rushing the other way. McMahon trying to get past Hudson. And he can't do so. Thrown back up to the point, McCabe. On the right side, Tanev. To McCabe. Shoots it! Saved by Monty. And we'll go to commercial break with the game tied at 1 apiece. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It is much appreciated. It's nice to see all the people here in the stream. What's weird is all the streams last year with Toronto, they really didn't do that well. It was weird. I would stream like a random game and it would do so much better than all the Toronto streams. It was very weird. But regardless, thank you all so much. I appreciate everybody who's in here right now. It's wild. The growth that we've seen in this last week has done better than some of the months that we had last year. It's unbelievable the amount of support we've gotten in the last 2 days alone. It's crazy. But I really appreciate it, guys. Assists on that goal earlier were from Nylander and Tavares. The Kapanen goal was unassisted off of a Toronto turnover. And he got his first NHL goal. I love how Bobby Mack's game is trending. I think he does 20 goals this year. Yeah, for sure. McMahon, let's look up his stats here real quick. I remember when he came out of the fold, scored a hat trick in one of his first games and really got highlighted there. He's become a pretty consistent player ever since. Yeah, 20 goals last year. There's no reason why he shouldn't get 20 again this year. He's already 19 away with 81 games to go. So I think if he can keep that consistency, which is something he's kind of lacked here at points, I think you can definitely see a 20-goal season. Maybe even 25. You never know. Frank Mahovlich giving him that jersey. Wow. You forget he played for Toronto. I always remember him from Montreal. Face-off coming here now in the Montreal zone. It's still tied at 1 here apiece. Shots are 9-7 in favor of the Canadiens here. It's Kirby Dach against William Nylander. And it's won back then by Montreal. Here they come the other way. Down the right side, it's cleared in by the Canadiens. Battling for it here. Gallagher trying to throw it in front. Chance to lose. Daka shot. It goes up in the air and back down low to the corner. Here's Nylander to the right side. Nylander throws it down low then for Carlo as Toronto will regroup. Clear it up then to the point. Puck will go up in the air. Back then for Carrier, who's on that third pairing with Jack Eye. Battling on the right side, trying to clear it up to the point. Two-on-two battle here. As Bouldu's fighting for with Benoit. Benoit, one of those players who did good last year in the playoff run. Scored some clutch goals. Scored the game 1? Or game 3 overtime winner? Unreal. Monson Ball drops it back then. Banked off the boards. Carrier feeds it up then for Demidov. Over then, here's Boldu, who will backhand that one down low. And Stolarz comes out to play. We'll get a whistle here. With 2:16 left to go in the first period. Is that a penalty? I don't know why they blew that. Whatever. Anyway. Good play there by Gallagher earlier in that shift to get that puck in front. Face-off now is coming here inside of the Toronto zone. Shots are 10-7. And the draw is won then by Montreal. Hudson shoots it. And a save there by Stolars. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. You do what you can. Ooh, yeah. That should have been a penalty. Penalty missed there off the face-off draw, but they'll play on anyway. Puck down low here in the corner. It'll go up and out of the zone. Montreal battling for it here. Here's Robertson. Stolen back then by Lane Hudson on the right side. And we get a whistle here for offsides against Toronto as it comes out, comes back in, and Domi did not realize it was offsides, and he touched that puck. Oh, I'm scared about the Phillies. I'm so scared. I'm a Phillies fan, by the way, guys. I am terrified. Face off on the right side, trying to throw it back down low. Hudson banks it off the boards then for Line. Intercepted Benoit. Lawrence waits. Waugh trying to throw it in front. It goes down low to the corner. Evans holds the puck then. Will throw it in front for Line on the right side. Waugh to Benoit will dump it into the Montreal zone. 1.5 minutes to go here in the first period. It is still tied at 1. We get a whistle here for out of play. $21 goals by a defenseman this past year. The fewest in the NHL. They really lack a real offensive defender. Morgan Riley maybe tried to be that guy. They had guys who scored in the playoffs, like Ekman Larson had a goal. You also had guys like Benoit who scored goals, but you lacked offense last season from your defensemen. You need to see that improve here this season. You can't rely on your offense the whole time. I understand defense is defense, but you need some offense for sure. Here's Nyes, banks it back down low behind the net, and I think that's why a big advantage of what Montreal had last year. They had Lane Hudson. Hudson made the plays, gave Montreal a little bit of an easier job, scored a lot of power play points. You need guys like that. Here's Nyes. Back to Matthews. Austin Matthews sends a pass up then. Trying to race for it there is McCabe. He'll go off the ice, battling for it now down low. Last minute of play in the first period. Nyes tries to throw it in front. Back to the point then for Morgan Riley. McCabe sends it behind the net. Battling for it, Dobson trying to throw it in front. Canadiens will pick that one up. 38 seconds to go. It'll go all the way back down the other way with 30 left. Riley on the right side. Sends it past the neutral. Is intercepted. Gallagher with some room. Comes in. Can't get a shot off as he has 4 Maple Leafs on him. Goodness. Banked off the boards then. Carrier regroups. 15 seconds to go now. Gallagher. We'll move it down the right side. Battling for it here. 10 seconds left. Trying to throw it in front. Toronto intercepts it. Tavares with 5 seconds to go. We'll just throw a pass in. Nylander to Riley. Last chance shot. And it goes above the net. And that'll do it here for the first period. Shots were 10-7 in favor of Montreal. Some back and forth action to end that first period. It is tied at 1. A goal from Bobby McMahon. Just 1 minute in, and then Oliver Kapanen, shorthanded, makes it a 1-1 hockey game here through a period of play. Again, it is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month October charity live stream. All donations and revenue go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation with a sub $100 donation. So we start off at $100. But that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back here for the start of the second period momentarily. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask me, be sure to do so. Anything about hockey related, doesn't have to be hockey. All right, now it's time to make the clips from last stream. Got to upload them to the shorts. You guys know how it works. Up at the point, William Nylander right off the draw, and it's 1-0 Toronto, just 1 minute into the game. Woof. And right off the face-off, William Nylander takes that puck. All right, let's do a little bit of a look around the league here real quick. It is 0-0 in the Boston-Washington game currently. And we'll see the replay here. Takes that puck. It might have been tipped in front by Bobby McMahon. Yeah, again, offsides there. What can you do? What can you do? Remember when I was growing up, defense had to take turns in practice at 4 positions to work out the feel of offense, and it translated on the score sheet. I'm sure they do that still. Oh, I dropped my phone. But in this day and age, there's a lot more defensemen who are just like way more offensive minded. And sometimes that's good, but other times you certainly need defensive defensemen for sure. Yeah, this day and age is a lot different compared to what it once was. That's a definite. Nineteenth career game for Kapanen in the regular season. He did play playoff games, had an assist. Because that was like, he has played games before, right? Like, I swear he's played games before, and yeah, he has. So, there you go. Everything is so specialized that the edge is missing and people look lost. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Like, everything's got to be specialized in this day and age. For sure. The game is still really physical, but the fighting side of it has really kind of fallen off. Not a lot of enforcers in the NHL these days. You know, you're always going to have your occasional fighters and enforcers. Like, there's no doubt about that. But especially in this day and age, like, games have become physical, but you don't see fighting very often. You used to see it every game. Now you don't really see it very often.
as in like being a skilled guy, they're so particular. It takes a little longer, I think, for that stuff to catch up. Craig Simpson kind of mentioned that during the broadcast as well, but it's a little easier to play defense and just be in the right spot and work hard. When you're particular and you have certain things and you have a key guy missing that they're working through that, yes.
Oh, come on. I messed up the clip.
You're bound to see something like that here. Game one stuff. It's game one stuff. But here's the figure of all the things.
The other way, and the zone's tapping in a shot. He
scores! Because they have skilled players who can do it, right?
Because of the fact that I think the Sabres. Oh, here's the rush the other way, and the zone's tapping in a shot. He scores!
And you think he would be able to do that?
Short-handed goal, Oliver Kapanen, and the Canadiens tie the game.
What about Montreal? Successful year by
His first NHL goal.
This morning. What's something he's keen on as far as moving this team forward? So one of the things he talked about was if we're going to be better this year, when the puck gets into our zone, do we get it out? The puck was in our zone just too much last year. From the very first shift, this is an example of what Montreal has to be.
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Once again, I'll remind you guys that this is our Watch of Nordic charity stream night. All donations and revenue go towards the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation. So again, donations are not expected, but they are greatly appreciated as we're trying to raise some money and do some good here.
Just because of the fact that I think the Sabres. Oh, here's the rush the other way. This is on tapping in a shot. He scores! Short-handed goal, Oliver Kapanen, and the Canadiens tie the game. Also, not a lot of physicality. We saw Ottawa versus
His
Montreal.
first NHL goal.
And these guys have seemed to be
Oliver
just sort of
Kapanen.
dipping their toe into the season thus far. It's 1-1 through 20 minutes. Up next, it's a little kick,
Enforcers really cut down on the dirty plays that injure the stars, that bring in the fans. It's needed so badly now when you look. For sure, yeah. There's still fights though. Like there's no like last night we had two fights. We had one between Foligno and Greer, and then Mallet and Manson. So there were fights last night, for sure. There's still fights in the NHL. It's just it's really not what it once was. And it sucks, but that's the unfortunate reality about this sport. All right, still in intermission, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It is much appreciated. By the way, if you want to go follow the Watch with Nordic Instagram, you can go in the comment section. You can find the streaming schedule, commentary clips, and more there as well. Editing something here real quick. All right, that's done. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. Likes aren't matching the views. Yeah, go like the stream. If you like the stream, it does help out the amount of viewers in the stream. So if you want more people in here, be sure to like the stream. That'd be greatly appreciated. I always forget to say that because when I have it on my phone, I only see the chat. I don't see the likes. So afterwards, when I end the stream, I'll see the likes. Oh yeah, this had like 17 likes or something like that. I always forget to look at it. All right, let's update the scoring sheets here then. Oh, here we go. Take your pick on Sportsnet. They had a take saying Florida would miss the playoffs in a hot take, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. William Nylander, point number 14 all-time in Watch of Nordic Streams. He leads all Maple Leafs in points. Just outside the top 5 all-time. Ottawa might win the Atlantic. Wow. I don't know about that. I think Ottawa could surprise some people, though, and actually finish in the top 3. But winning the Atlantic, I don't know if I could see that. To be blunt with you guys, I don't know if I could see that. Who has the better defense between Toronto and Montreal? You went with Montreal. I think it's actually closer than people might think, but I still lean Toronto. Hudson definitely would be Montreal, would be one of Toronto's best defensemen for sure. If we're looking at defensive defensemen, Montreal or Toronto takes that title. Will the Flames make the playoffs? I'm gonna say no. For Calgary making the playoffs. I'll say no for that. I'm going to say no for that one. I don't think so. And I hate to say that because I like Calgary and we're going to be streaming them later tonight. But I just don't know if I can see that. Jays and Yankees tied at 1. My Phillies play at 9. I'll have that next to me. So if I'm looking over here, don't think that something weird's going on. But anyway. All right, still an intermission here in Montreal, Toronto. I want to thank everybody for coming out once again. It is much appreciated. Let's go see what's on Twitter. I'm scared of Twitter. All right, getting ready to start the second period here in Toronto. Boston, Washington, 0-0 after one period of play. The shots are 7-4 in favor of the Caps. So that's cool. Missed the drama of soul-smashing blockbuster saves. Yeah, I missed when that happened too. Profit over results for sure. Yeah, no, they're not taking a ton of risks anymore these days. But what do I know? I'm 18. I was never alive for that. Oh, yeah, WNBA finals are on tonight. I forgot about that. I forgot they're in their finals. Well, I didn't forget they were in their finals. I forgot it was on tonight. Twas the night before hockey. Flyers to wear one patch on shoulder to honor Perrant. All right, here we go. Getting ready for the start of the second period here in Toronto. First period recap for you guys. An opening goal in the first minute for Bobby McMahon. A shorthanded power play goal, or shorthanded goal on the power play for Montreal. Oliver Kapanen with his first National Hockey League goal makes it a 1-1 game through 2 periods of play. The second period is now officially underway. Face-off is won here back then by Suzuki. He'll regroup with the puck on the right side. It'll go back down and into the Toronto end. Matthew Nyes with it, gives it back then for Tanev, who tries to deke around. It's stolen back then by Matthews, who will clear that one all the way behind the net. Nyes to the right side, back to Tanev at the point. Clears it down low. Matthews regroups with the puck. Takes it back behind the net. He's hit back then by Matheson. Picked up then back by Michelli. Matthias Michelli. One of the newest acquisitions from Utah. Really didn't get much ice time last year. Still has the puck, gives it up to Matthews. Matthews dangles at the point, shoots it, glove save by Sam Montembeault. Frustrating first period for that Toronto first line. They really weren't given that much room. As they said on the Sportsnet broadcast, I'm copying what they said. Michelli last year, 18 points in 55 games played with the Utah Hockey Club last season, now the Utah Mammoth. On the right side here, Montreal trying to play the puck. Here they come the other way. It's Alex Newhook, 4-on-3. Drop back then for Demidov. Demidov waits, moves in front, and that one slides wide of the net. Back around then, another shot from Kapanen, saved by Stolarz in front. He will cover that one up. Good little chance there for Demidov. Shots are now 12-9 in favor of Montreal. Demidov is one of the highly touted rookies for Montreal. Sorry, I'm just moving the thing over so then that way I can see the shot counter for Montreal. I always had to look over here for it, but now I can see it. Face-off coming here now inside of the Toronto end. It's won back then by the Canadiens on the right side. Buildup battling forward. It's picked up then by Robertson. Nick Robertson battling with Hudson. Hudson wins the battle. And that puck is cleared off the boards and back into the Toronto end. Here's Gallagher, a chance. A shot, save, rebound by Buildup. He scores! His first goal with Montreal, Zach Buildup. On a shot from Brendan Gallagher, the rebound back door. It's 2-1 Montreal. And Zach Buildup, one of the players last year acquired in the offseason by Montreal. I would argue that's one of the most sneakier offseason moves. Last season with St. Louis, he had 19 goals in his rookie season. He was traded for Logan Mailloux, and the shot there from Gallagher, Stolarz could not cover the rebound. Good by Buildup, rushing in there, getting the backhander. And Montreal takes a 2-1 lead. Face-off won back then by the Canadiens. Here they come again. Line a shot. That one is blocked down low. Now they'll battle for it in the corner. Puck in front. Here's Hudson trying to hold the puck. And he'll slide that one back and wait. Here he is in the corner. Lane Hudson dekes in. Shoots it just wide of the net. Line a shot. And that one goes all the way wide. Hudson now on the right side. Dekes around Tanev. In the corner battling alongside Michelli, I believe that is. Or sorry, Nicholas Waugh. Got my numbers mixed up, as always. Here's another chance there by Evans, and the puck goes up in the air and out of play. Hudson wins the battle. And that puck is cleared off first goal. Quick puck is cleared off the boards. So a really good chance there by Montreal. As Zach Buildup gets the go-ahead goal. It is 2-1 Montreal in the second period. Face-off coming here once again. 14-9 are the shots in favor of the Canadiens. It feels like this happens every year. We'll wait for the Steve Dangle LFR. That'll be fun unless, obviously, Montreal wins or Toronto wins the game. Up at the point here now. Carrier throws it down low. Ivan Demidov takes it back around, throws it in front, tries getting that dangle through, but his stick got tied up on the side of the net, it looks like. Now taken back down low behind the net. Demidov in front for Kapanen, and he can't make the shot off, and Tavares will get that one out of the zone. Now the Maple Leafs will look to tie the game. Thrown back around now on the right side. And here comes Nylander. William Nylander battling with Matheson. Nylander waits. Throws it to the front. Now Tanev picks it up, a shot. And a save there by Montembeault. Battling now on the right side. Canadiens will clear it back into the Toronto end. And that'll be an icing against Montreal. Through 3 minutes of play in the second period. Zach Buildup with the go-ahead goal. His first goal as a Montreal Canadien. Face-off here now, won back then by the Canadiens. They'll dump it out to center ice. Laine plays the puck back down low behind the net. Stolarz over to Ekman Larsson. 16:40 left to go here in the middle frame. OEL back then to Tanev. Matthews drops it back. Michelli battling forward here with Hudson now down low. Picked up then quickly. Nyes to Matthews. Matthews down the right side. Moves it up to the point. He's tied up there by Evans. Good play there by Evans. He's forced to throw it down low. Now back then on the right side. Benoit picks that puck up. They'll regroup in the Toronto end. Matthews through center ice. Comes in. Waits. Pass in front. And they can't complete it. And now here comes Montreal. Caulfield, a 3-on-2 the other way. Caulfield skates it around. Circles back. Will gain control of the zone. Puck to the point. Gooley down low. Suzuki waits. Pass in front. And they can't complete that one. Caulfield now down low in the corner. Feeds it up to the point. Toronto will get it. A good play there by Michelli to clear that one out of the zone. But Montreal gets it right back. Here they come again. Pass over to Hudson. He can't complete it. He misses the pass and thrown back up to the point. Goulet up to the point, a shot. And that one goes wide from Suzuki. Hudson, down low to Caulfield. Back to Hudson at the point. Over to Goulet. Puck in front, Suzuki handles, waits. Hudson holds it, intercepted there by Toronto and kept in though. And jabbed away as I say that right away. They always do that. Whenever I say kept in, it's always cleared back the other way. Here's Zach Boldu now battling in the zone. Tanev fighting forward as well. Puck will slide up to the point. Gallagher. Carrier over. A shot by Xhekaj. And a save there by Stolars. A little under 15 minutes here left. Really good control here by the Montreal's first line. They're doing a good job at moving the puck around, keeping Toronto's defensemen moving and swaying them from side to side. But Toronto's kind of holding them down here a little bit. On the right side here, it's cleared back down low into the corner. Inside the Montreal end, Carlo trying to pick it up. It's intercepted. Now Montreal races the other way. Boldu stopped there by the Toronto defense. And that puck will be shot out of play. Coming up later tonight, the Battle of Alberta between the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers. We will end this stream and start that one up right afterwards, so be sure to tune in for that one as well. Again, just a reminder, this is the Watch with Nordic charity stream. All donations and revenue go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, so it will be much appreciated, even if it's $1 or $5 or anything. A chance in front there, saved by Montembeault. Puck is jabbing loose, and the Canadiens will try and clear. It's kept in, though, by Toronto. Laurent battling on the right side, throws it to the point. Riley, a shot save. Rebound in front. They score! It's Calle Arncrook, and Toronto has tied the game. Calle Arncrook. It was Boldu that had the initial goal to make it 2-1, but a good chance there by Toronto. They gain the zone. It starts with Morgan Riley getting that shot on net. A lot of traffic in front. It gets thrown up to the point. Lorentz will drop that one with his kick it with his foot up to the point. Riley will shoot it, and then Yarncrook gets the rebound and shoots that one past Montembeault. And we have a tie game here in Toronto in the second period. Yarncrook, 19 games last season with the Maple Leafs, the fewest he's had in his career since 2013-14. A long-time Predator and a Kraken. Hasn't played a lot of hockey over these last couple of years. He's been more or less a depth player with the Toronto Maple Leafs. The assist on that goal, Morgan Riley and Steve Lorentz. And there you go. Toronto has tied the game. Matheson feeds a pass over, then banked off the boards. Montreal brings it in down the right side, pass in front. Anderson, a shot, and that one goes wide. Suzuki keeps that one in. Anderson holds the puck, banks it off the boards, now back behind the net. Ekman-Larsson battling for that one as well. Laine waits, moves it up. Here comes Hudson, pass is intercepted. Matheson now with it still. Around then behind the net. Matheson drops it back down low. Montreal has control here. Evans for Laine. Laine throws it around behind the net. Ekman-Larsson gets to it first, and Toronto will get control and bank it out of their own zone. Puck slides all the way down into the Montreal zone. Shots are 15-12 in favor of the Canadiens, but Toronto with the game-tying goal from Calle Arncrook. Matthew Nyes banks that one off the boards. Now trying to race it the other way is Michelli. He can't get to that puck. Hudson will steal and move it the other way. Here comes Demidov. Pass in front. And that one goes up in the air and out of play. And Lane Hudson showing off his creativity here tonight. Moving that puck from defense to offense for Montreal. Shifting a pass up then to Demidov, who couldn't finish that opportunity, but still a good opportunity there nonetheless. It is 2-2 here in the second period. Ugh. My throat's starting to get to me. We've had, this is going to be our fourth commentary stream in the last 24 hours. Let's look around the NHL here real quick. Boston and Washington currently 0-0 in the second period. That has just started here tonight. And later on as well, you have the Kings and the Golden Knights. Mitch Marner, former Toronto Maple Leaf, makes his official Golden Knights debut. And later on, you got Flames and Oilers as well. We live for that one too. Thank you all for tuning in. It's much appreciated. This is one of our better streams already this season. Coming up on 1,400 views, which is awesome. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. I can't express enough how much I appreciate all the support. My screen's black. There we go. It was like black for like solid like 30 seconds. What? My screen's black. Why? Still showing off the Lane Hudson mobility here. This guy's got great puck control. You got to admit it. Even though like you can criticize the defensive skills, which they're definitely there for sure, you really got to acknowledge the fact that this guy's got some great possession of the puck, great passing play. The IQ is off the charts. And the fact that there's people who think that Cole Hudson can be better, it's crazy to me. Here's Hudson. At the point, pass over, goes back now behind the net. Matthews with it. Skates it around then down low, trying to bank it off the boards on the right side. Here they come through the zone. Hudson battling here with Matthew Nyes. Down behind the net, banked off the boards. At the point then, Tanev. Puck goes up in the air and out of play. With 12:40 left to go here in the second period. All right. Face off again now inside of the Montreal zone. It's one back by the Maple Leafs. Robertson a shot. Save. Rebound in front is denied by Max Domi. Good opportunity there for sure. Face off here now, one back then by the Canadiens. It goes down into the Maple Leafs end. Toronto will get control of it once again. Off the boards, it's cleared all the way back down. At center ice, Kapanen will bank it back then down low. Morgan Riley battling forward here. Picked up then by Dobson. Dobson will dump it down low. Carlo will regroup with it here now. For the Maple Leafs, sends a pass up then as Toronto's fourth line will race in forward here. Here's Robertson. Robertson skates it around, pass up to the point. Ekman Larson waits, shoots it, deflected as it goes up above the net and back to the corner. Cleared back down on the right side. Domi trying to keep that in. It's intercepted there quickly by the Canadiens. Goes all the way down and on Stolarz, and that'll be an icing against the Canadiens. It's a tie game here in the second period. And a good opportunity there from Ekman Larson. Try getting to, I think that was Simone Benoit on the tip. Not sure why he's that far down low, but all right. Banked off the boards now on the right side. Matheson will clear it all the way down the other way. It'll go just wide. No icing, though. Ekman Larson. Back then for Nylander. For OEL. Back then for Riley. As Toronto holds the puck. Trying to break it out of their own zone. Nylander. Down the right side. Sends a pass all the way up and over to Riley. Riley shot in there. Saved by Montembault. And the puck will come out of the zone. And Toronto will have to regroup. McMahon drops it back for Tavares. Waits. Toronto holds it. It's Nylander. William Nylander moves it through the zone. Back then, Tavares a shot. Glove save by Monty. With 10:57 left here in the second period. Shots are 16-15 now in favor of Toronto. They have seemed to have kind of taken over here a little bit and taking control of the game, I would say. Got to be happy about that if you're a Maple Leafs fan for sure. Sam Montembault last year took Montreal to the playoffs, was a big part in that. Face-off won here by the Canadiens. Gallagher drops it back for Anderson. They're in the zone. Anderson waits, shoots it, blocked off of Carlo. Now Nye's on the right side. Cleared back down to the neutral zone. Carrier to Laine, a shot. That one deflects back down low. Behind the net, Laine feeds it up to the point. Evans waits. Over then Caulfield to Carrier. Evans waits. Back on the right side. And stolen back then by Toronto. Nyes, a spinorama move there, trying to keep it in the zone. He will attempt to bank that one down low. He'll do so successfully. And now Montreal picks up the puck. Banked off the boards back down low. Tanev sends it all the way back into the Montreal end. Battling for it is Robertson with Gooley. It's picked up on the right side. Carrier will clear it out. Back and forth action here. It's still tied 2-2. Nicholas Waugh now battling for it here in the corner. Now here's Yarncrook. Tries shooting it. That one's fan. Sorry about that. I just burped. Caulfield sends a pass over. It's intercepted. It'll slide it on Stolarz. He'll make the save. And I can't believe I just burped midway through a segment there. Sorry about that. Zach Bolduc had a goal, and then Calle Yarncrook answered almost immediately. With 9:41 left to go in the second period, it's tied 2-2 here in the opening game for both these two teams. Again, everybody, this is a Watch with Nordic charity stream. All donations and revenue from this stream go towards the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation. So all money is appreciated, but it's not accepted. I do want to make that known. Like, we're not here begging for your money. Definitely not. Face-off coming here soon. Still a commercial break. Look back at the scores around the league. It's still 0-0 in Boston, Washington. As we kick off. The rest of the home openers will kick off tomorrow. There's 14 games tomorrow. So pretty much every team will make their beginning of the year debut tomorrow. If not, I don't know why there's no games on Friday. Is there something going on Friday that's important? There's no games on Friday for some reason. Are they giving us a break before we get thrown right back into it? I'm not sure. All right. Showing off Morgan Riley here, who's been a pretty good offensive player here tonight. Has been a little bit aggressive, moving into the zone a lot, taking some shots from center ice. He's been aggressive here and has been a part of 2 goals tonight. So can't complain about that one. He's been very good. Face off here on the right side now. It's one back by Toronto. Here's Waugh. Back to Yarncrook. We'll bank it off the boards now down low. Benoit moving it behind the net. They'll battle for it here down low. Caulfield tries to fling it up in the air. It'll go out of the zone. Slavkovsky trying to get it over to Suzuki. And Toronto intercepts. They'll regroup in their own zone. McCabe. Back to Waugh. His stick just shatters. And Suzuki back to Slavkovsky. Caulfield trips on the stick. And Toronto gets that puck right back. I think he tripped on the stick. That's crazy. Here's McCabe. Back then for Tanev. Tanev banks it off the boards now. Domi racing for it, battling on the right side, thrown up to the point. Here comes Montreal. Suzuki banks it into the zone. Demidov battling for it now with Benoit. Back then for Dakota Joshua. A new acquisition here for Toronto. Sent back then Kapanen. We'll clear that one down low. 8:30 left to play here in the second period. It is tied at 2 apiece. We're dead even. Trying to move it through the zone. Domi gives it up then for Robertson. Back then for Joshua. Joshua waits. Battling now on the right side. Newhook. Waits. Passes it up then for Demidov. Demidov through the zone. Down low then for Kapanen. Taken back then and tied up in the corner. Morgan Riley then battling forward with Evans. Evans waits. Feeds it up to the point. A shot from Matheson. And that one goes wide. Back then for Joshua on the right side. We'll shoot it back down low. Riley kicks it around. And that one will go all the way down. And into the Montreal zone. Lane Hudson picks that one up. Some back and forth action here. Nothing too crazy in this period. Cleared back down low. Stolarz battling for it on the right side. Now Tavares picks it up. Back then for Josh Anderson. Here's Hudson now on the right side for Gooley. Tavares then back to McMahon as Toronto waits. Tavares drops it back then. Nylander rushes for it. He'll battle for it on the right side with Hudson. Nylander keeps the puck. Moves it around. Looks for options. Will wait. Tied up there by Hudson. Throws it in front, and that one is denied there. Ekman-Larsson. Back to Nylander. Nylander signed to his contract, 2 seasons ago now at this point? Feels like every year they have a contract expiring. Here's a shot from OEL, and that one is saved by Monty from the point. Less than 7 minutes to go here in the second period. We are still tied at 2 apiece. Face-off coming here now inside of the Montreal zone. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. We still got one more stream after this one tonight between the Oilers and the Flames. A backhand in front is denied by Montembeault from Matthew Nyes. At the point now, OEL moves the puck, shoots it, and that one goes down back into the corner. Here's Dobson now on the right side. Ekman-Larsson kicks that one back. Nyes battling for it here with Matheson. Will clear that one all the way around and taken back then by Montreal. Here's Kirby Dach into the zone. Dach shoots it, save, rebound in front, and that one goes back down low. Kirby Dach, who missed some time last year with an injury. We got a penalty here against Toronto. It's going to be Nyes going to the box, and Montreal will get their second power play opportunity of the game. Let's take a look at this play. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit of interference there, and wait, no, that's not the call. Never mind. What's the call? What did they just show? Holding. So it wasn't that one. It was a play in the neutral zone. I was like, what? What are we doing here? So Montreal will head to the power play. Shots are 19-17 in favor of the Maple Leafs, so they've kind of taken over this game back from the Canadiens. Montreal had more shots in that opening period. Face-off back here now on the right side. Toronto trying to clear it. Caulfield moves into the zone. To the point, Hudson. Drops it back down low. Caulfield to Suzuki. To Caulfield. To Hudson. Hudson to Caulfield. Down low in front. Suzuki a chance save. Rebound in front. Is kicked back then behind the net. Toronto throws it up out of the zone. And the Canadiens will regroup. 1:30 left to go and counting down on this Canadiens power play. Suzuki holds the puck. Feeds it up to the point. Hudson will wait with it. Drops it back down low. Caulfield to Suzuki. Next Suzuki holds the puck. Throws it up to the point. Hudson drops it back down low. Then Slavkovsky. Uri Slavkovsky on the right side. Feeds it up to the point. Hudson waits. Shoots it. Saved by Solars. Rebound in front. It's loose. It comes out to the corner. Suzuki throws it up to the point then. Hudson. Suzuki. 50 seconds left. Hudson. Suzuki. Caulfield in front. Shoots it. Saved by Stolars. Down low now. Slavkovsky feeds it up to the point. Kept in by Hudson. Lane Hudson. To Slavkovsky. Back to Hudson. Waits. Slav holds the puck. Now over then for Hudson. Suzuki. Waits at the point. Hudson. Slavkovsky pass in front goes just wide. They've been out there the whole power play just moving it around, getting control. Hudson. Controls it, turns it over. Oh my goodness. And it's cleared the other way then by Toronto. And that'll pretty much do it for the power play. Good movement there by Montreal. They did a good job at moving the puck around, but they really weren't able to get that much shots on. You got to get shots on. You got to be able to connect. You can't be looking for the right opportunity. Sometimes you just got to put it on net, to be honest. Shots are 19-18 in favor of Montreal. Picked up then by Toronto on the right side. Here come the Canadiens. Newhook trying to bank it off the boards. It's intercepted. It's offsides. So they'll have to come back out. Now Nylander gains control the other way. Battling there with Montreal. 4 minutes to go in the second period. We're tied at 2. Thrown back up to the point. Demidov banks it off the boards. It's cleared back down and into the Toronto zone. That'll be no icing. Thought it might be. They raised their hand for a second. Drop back now. It's Carlo. Brandon Carlo holds the puck then for Toronto. Ekman Larson off the boards. Intercepted there quickly. Line will dump that one all the way down. Carlo battling for it then. Back for Max Domi. Then on the right side. Trying to pick it up then is Domi. Racing for it the other way. Domi held off there quickly by Line. Line sends a pass the other way. It's Jake Evans. Evans with some room. Shoots it. And it goes wide. A good attempt there for Evans. It's kept in, though, by the Canadiens. Toronto gets it out. Domi banks it off the boards now. It goes down low. Evans fighting in the corner. Puck slides out. Benoit drops it back for Riley. At center ice then. Benoit back then. Banked off the boards and down low. Down low here now, Line. Newhook fights for it here. Riley up then for Wah. Now Morgan Riley takes it in down the right side. Battling here in the corner. Lawrence intercepted in front. Nylander a shot. And that one is blocked there as well. 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Toronto gets control in the neutral zone here. Tanev to the right side, down low, Nylander. William Nylander to the point. McMahon a shot. That one slides just wide. Jake McCabe drops it back for Bobby McMahon. McMahon to McCabe. Poke checked away by Montreal. Good play there. And they'll get it out. Now Toronto gets it back. A shot by Tavares off the post. A huge chance there for John Tavares. Nearly gave Toronto the lead. And nothing comes of it. Puck will slide down the other way. Tanev plays it back to Ekman-Larsson. 1:20 left to go. Showing off Cole Caulfield. Scored almost 40 goals last season. Put up a very consistent year. Puck in front for Slavkovsky. Save. Rebound in front is denied there. Back down low then. Ekman-Larsson plays it up to the point. Matheson waits. Shoots it. It goes up in the air and back into Stolarz' glove. And some pushing and shoving here after the whistle from Slavkovsky. And I think that was Ekman-Larsson, I'm pretty sure. And a good chance there by John Tavares. He shot that one off the post. Beat the goalie, but not the post. And that one bails Sam Montembeault out. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. That would be much appreciated. A little bit of an update. Oh, I just messed up the... Oh, no. Let me fix this quickly. I just messed up the stream. Or the live stream that I'm streaming. An update here from Bruins and Bruins and Capitals. David Pastrnak scores the first goal for Boston from Zadorov and Geeky. What the heck? What do you mean maximum amount of people? No, don't do this to me. No! No, I gotta restart. No! Technical difficulties. No! Oh no, I'm gonna miss like the final minute. Come on. What do you mean there's too many people? Oh, I gotta restart my PS5. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. It's giving me a hard time. Sometimes when I exit out of it and I go back into it, it thinks that I'm still in it when I'm not. So that's frustrating. I apologize. I'm going to need to refresh the stream really quick here. Oh, I got to log back into my PS5. Sorry, guys. At least it's the last minute of play in the second and not the third. That would suck. Sometimes this happens. So. All right, loading back into the game now. It is not a PS5 Pro. It's just a PS5. I'm not that rich. I wish I was that rich. All right, there we go. 10 seconds left. Banked out to the neutral zone. Matheson will clear it back in. 5 seconds to go. Maple Leafs will play it back around. That'll pretty much do it here for the second period. Shots were 20-19 in favor of Montreal as we are tied up at 2 apiece here through 40 minutes of play. Goals from Zach Bolduc and Calle Yarncrook. Make it a 2-2 hockey game here. That being said, guys, it is intermission time. Go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start here of the third period momentarily. Again, Watch with Nordic charity stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. All donations and revenue go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So, again, donations are not expected, but they are appreciated. So, thank you all very much. I am going to go use the bathroom real quick and go grab some more water. Thank you all for tuning in. I will be right back.
Hey, your brother will be right with you. One brother? Hey, wanna get some burgers after this? So rude. Just the size of the top, please. Oh, say, keep it tight. Dude, this is great. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm kind of feeling chicken. I can't wait to show my mom. Holidays can be a lot. But with your new dog food with in-home size, you can handle a lot. From taking care of holiday food, taking care of Aunt Jean, even if she can be a lot. 3 eggs, 40 egg, and nice and shots, please. Thank you. Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. Qué pena, necesito más por ahorita. No, ando trabajando en el patio. Obtén el poder dentro con Makita en the Home Depot.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Had to go grab some water bottles real quick for later on tonight. I appreciate everybody who has tuned in. We have cracked 1,500 views. Let's go scroll through Twitter. We could go for some pizza right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I am hungry. Cubs win. That's nice. All right. Guys, do I put on the Phillies game or do I not watch it? What do we think?
We have a tight one at Scotiabank Arena, 2-2 through 2. Great to have you here on night one of Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey.
Do I put the game on or do I...
I can tell you the shots are 20-19. Montreal's leading, but maybe the number that stands out is 0, and that's 0 shots.
Or do I just let it go? I don't know, guys. What should I do?
If you go back the last 6 years, here are Austin Matthews' shot totals in game number 1. 6, 8, 5, 8, 7, 8, 42, an average of 7.
All right. In second intermission here.
Game number 1, that is really weird and against the grain for the way he usually starts the season. Yeah, I mean, look at your sheet there. He's got like a pie symbol down there. And listen, there's 12 goals for Matthews. Some of us got past grade 3 now. Yeah, 12 goals for Matthews in openers in his career, including 4 goals, obviously, in his very first NHL career game. The other big storyline, though, is debuts, Luke. And let's start with a great debut so far for Zach Baldwin. Making his impact early. 22 years old. Talked about him in the pregame show. He got traded over here from St. Louis to Montreal. Home province kid. Here's an excited, motivated player. He's got some good jump in his game. In a game that doesn't have much of this at all.
A little update here around the league. It's still 1-0 Boston in the game against Washington with 3:01 left in the second period. Again, Pasternak scored that goal. David Pasternak picking up a goal for my fantasy team. Love to see that. And it's 1-0 there it's in Washington, actually, for Ovechkin's opener to the 21st season of his career. So that's pretty cool. Excuse me.
season openers, usually the adrenaline's pumping. You want to go out there and what is going on? What is that? 3 years ago in the dressing room. Both of them, because like this game is supposed to be played with.
So Zach Bolduc with the goal there for Montreal, and then Calle Yarncrook with the goal for Toronto. Let's do a little preview. Let's do a little highlight on Calle Yarncrook. You guys know, starting this year, we'll be doing a lot of player profiles throughout the year. Calle Yarncrook's an interesting case. He's been in the NHL for a while. Started off his career in 2013-14. Has bounced around from Nashville to Seattle to Calgary. Has spent the last 3 seasons with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And only played 19 games in last year, which is his least since 2013-14. So Calle Yarncrook, very nice player there for sure.
You've been busy. The phone hasn't been ringing as much as used to it all day. NHL PMs getting a lot of work done. Yeah, the phone's not ringing because Dave's not calling. So here's what's been happening.
That's awesome. Showing off the extensions. Kyle Connor signed an 8-year, $96 million extension today with the Winnipeg Jets. It's about what I expected. To be completely blunt with you, I figured that it was going to be around that amount of money. I really can't complain that much because, you know, it could have been a lot less. So not bad. Matthias Ekholm also signed today too. 3-year, $12 million extension worth $4 million. I think he's been very solid for Edmonton too. He did miss time last year, obviously with the injury, but still very good. And then Jack Eichel signed a 8-year, $108 million extension with the Vegas Golden Knights, worth $13.5 million a season. So a good contract there. So Jack Eichel, good contract there. There's a new episode of the Nordcast coming out tomorrow. That's what I'll be editing tonight after all the streams. So stay tuned to that. No, I'm not doing the 6-7. Stop asking. All right. Ovi is close to 900, isn't he? Because I said no. So, again, we are doing one more stream after this one between the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames. So that'll be up here pretty soon. Again, Watch of Nordic charity stream. All benefits go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So anything is appreciated. But I appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. It's been a fun stream. It's been a fun night. It's been one of the best streams we've had in a while. So I really appreciate everybody who has tuned in tonight and has joined the stream. It's greatly appreciated. But yeah, just watching the commercials here. right, let me make the... Guys, do I put on the Phillies? Should I put on the Phillies? Should I be disappointed and put on the Phillies? I don't know, guys. Is it a good idea? Thinking about it. I think I might. What's the score? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Toronto Blue Jays score. Oh, it's 2-1 Toronto at the bottom of the 7th. Toronto looking to go to the NLCS. There you go. Oh, they put it on the screen at the Maple Leafs game. That's cool. All right. So second intermission of Bruins and Caps. We will be doing the Battle of Alberta later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. local time for the home opener of that game. Connor McDavid recently signed his contract. Battle of Alberta hasn't really been what it once was prior, but still very entertaining, of course. But we're tied here at 2 apiece. We will start the third period very, very soon. As I edit the clip here.
Shot save, rebound by wins the battle. And that chance, a shot save. To the Toronto Wanderers, Gallagher off the boards. And back into the Toronto Wanderers, Gallagher a chance, a shot save, rebound by Buildup. He scores! His first on a shot from Brendan Gallagher, the rebound back door. It's 2-1.
6-7. Is the 6-7 meme dead? You know what's crazy is like the 6-7 meme is massive. It is massive. It's kind of hilarious too because that's the last time the Leafs won the Stanley Cup. Okay. Oh my God, the Phillies had a base hit in the first inning. God is real. That's crazy. All right. I'll put it on. Oh, my computer's dead. Cool. Maybe I won't put it on. Maybe that's a sign. It's them telling me don't put the game on. What's it even on? Oh, I hope it's not on Fox Sports, because then I can't watch it. Go Habs, go! Oh yeah, we're tied up at 1. Last year I got into the NHL, so I picked a team. I wanted a team that wins, so I chose the Stars. But this year I didn't want to be a fan of a team that wins every year. So my new team is the Habs. Huh. Interesting. Well, welcome to the sport. I would think that since your name is Red Sox Daily, you would want to be a Bruins fan, but... But hey, that's fine too. All right, here we go. Start of the third period, second period recap. The goals came from Zach Boldu and Callie Yarncrook here tonight as we get ready for the start of the third period, folks. Stats after 40 minutes of play. Shots are 22-19 in favor of Montreal. They have led in possessions. They have tied in hits with Toronto. Toronto also has the face-offs there as well. All right, as we get ready for the third period, head coach Craig Berube, head coach Marty St. Louis. Didn't really talk about St. Louis that much, this coach for Montreal since 2022. He's been there for a while now. Have a good night, bro. Thank you for coming out. All right. Face-off coming here as we get ready for the third period in just a moment. And at center ice. Here we go. Face-off one here back then by the Maple Leafs. Cleared around to the right side. Dumped in by McCabe. Behind the net then now is Matheson. It clears out in front. Suzuki throws it up to the neutral zone. Tanev banks it off the boards now. A pass over in front's intercepted. We get a whistle here for offsides. I'm not exactly sure what's getting blown here. But regardless, we'll go back to regular play. Goals by defense last season. Maple Leafs had 21 goals come from their defenders last year. The Canadiens, not that much better, only 27. But if you look at assists from defensemen, they definitely had way more in that tally. Here come the Habs the other way. Suzuki drops it back for Caulfield. Caulfield moves it in front. Shot off the post. A post hit there for Cole Caulfield. Now Toronto rushes it down the other way. Matthews battling down low in the corner now with Carrier. Back to Suzuki, who will throw it in front for Slavkovsky. Over then for Caulfield. One-on-one with Riley. Caulfield shoots it, and it's blocked. A good block there by Morgan Riley. Banked around to the right side. Toronto will rush it down the other way. Here's McMahon. McMahon shoots it, and it goes just wide of the net. Down low now. McMahon gets it right back. Looks for options. We'll throw that one back now behind the net. Down low. Demidov battling forward as well. Nylander waits. Shoots it on net. That one is denied there. And slowly picked up then by Kapanen as Montreal rush it down the other way. Oliver Kapanen drops it back. Pass in front is quickly intercepted. Morgan Riley now fighting here with Demidov. McMahon will win the battle. And it's cleared back down the other way. And it's an icing against Toronto. A little under 2 minutes into the first period. Or third period. Face off here now, coming inside of the Toronto zone. It's won all the way back then by the Canadiens. Regrouping with the puck is Alex Carrier. Down low. Canadiens with the puck. Alex Carrier was acquired by Montreal last season. Who's my favorite team? I am a Flyers fan. One thing I've noticed about the NHL and the contract is we're less than them. Oh, definitely, yeah. That's because the NHL is far behind in like league revenue and stuff like that. They're getting better. The cap's going up. Players are going to start getting paid a lot more money, but we're not at that NBA type of stage yet. So It is unfortunate, but it is the sad truth. Face off in the Montreal zone. Battling on the right side to the point. Benoit shoots it. Denied there. Gallagher racing down the other way, trying to get to that puck. It's intercepted. And the Maple Leafs will regroup with that. Banked off the right side. Benoit trying to throw it up in front. Down in the corner. Hudson battling for it on the right side. Domi. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Ekman Larson. Holding that one for the Leafs. Back to Benoit. 17:30 left to go here in the third period. Puck is banked off the boards then by Anderson. Dobson sends a pass up. Evans feeds it back then for Laine. As they wait for Montreal to get on sides, they get in there. Racing forward is Evans, back behind Benoit now. Dobson sends it back then. Patrick Laine trying to get to that puck. Cleared up to the point, a shot! And that one is blocked. Toronto trying to race forward here through the zone and picked up quickly then by Yarncrook, who will dump it down low. A Go Leafs Go chant here as Montreal waits for it in their own zone. Cole Caulfield through the neutral zone, moving it into the zone. A shot from Suzuki is blocked in front, and that puck will slide out. And it's offsides, and Matthews took a puck to the arm, it looks like, and he is hurting. I saw somebody go down there in front. That's not good. Slavkovsky throws it in front then to Hudson. That one is quickly intercepted. And back down low. Matthews is hurting. That shot block from Matthews was 67.5 miles an hour. Back to the right side then. Slavkovsky trying to play it through. It bounces back off and they'll be forced to regroup here again in the neutral zone. A lot of back and forth action here for both teams. Newhook to Hudson. Dekes in. Back then for Kapanen. Oliver Kapanen waits. Will try and send it back down low. Feeds a pass then over for Newhook. To the point then Carrier. Waits. Hudson. Dekes around then down low. Lane Hudson trying to evade Chris Tanev. He dekes around, knocks him down. Then for Kapanen in front. And it's intercepted. Dumped out of the zone then. Racing forward is Domi. Back then McCabe trying to get to it there as well. And a delayed penalty here against Montreal. Stolars will go to the net. Toronto will wait. Delayed penalty here for Montreal. Nylander will take his time. William Nylander holds the puck. Through the zone then. Back for Tavares. Tavares battling then with Nyes. And we get a whistle here blown dead for offsides. And a penalty is coming here against Montreal, and Toronto will get an opportunity to take a 3-2 lead here in the third period on the power play. As Matthews is still hurting there on the ice. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Just another reminder, this is the Watch with Nordic charity stream. All donations and proceeds go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Donations are not expected, but they are appreciated. Kick back down low into the corner. Dobson battling here with Nyes. Behind the net then picked up by Jake Evans. Evans backhands it up and all the way out of the zone. Now Stolars regroups. Back then over to Morgan Riley. Riley will drop it back on the power play. Nylander waits. Will move the puck through center. It'll go back down low into the corner. Dobson over then for Matheson. And the puck will slide all the way back down the other way. Here's Morgan Riley now. We'll move it through the neutral zone. 1:16 to go here on the power play. Montreal doing a very good job at not letting the Leafs get much of an opportunity here. Newhook banks it off the boards, then back to the point then for Nylander. Nylander, a pass over, intercepted. On the right side here now, Tavares drops it back. Nylander moves in. Down low, Matthews. Holds the puck. He appears to be okay. Nylander waits. Stick handles, looks for options. Feeds a pass then to Riley. Riley to Matthews behind the net. 40 seconds to go. Matthews in front, tipped in the air. It'll slide up and out, and the Leafs will gain control back. Riley to Tavares. To the point. Matthews moves in. Riley waits. Won't fire the puck. He'll look for options. Drops it back then for Nylander. Nylander to Matthews. And it's shot way wide. Battling here still on the right side. It's kept in, though, by the Maple Leafs. And the Canadiens forced them out. 10 seconds to go on the power play. A huge opportunity there by Montreal. And they get rid of Toronto's power play. Good kill there. No shots on that power play by the Maple Leafs. Ekman-Larsson back then over to the zone. Back for Dakota Joshua, who has it intercepted and cleared down the other way. Benoit trying to bank it off the boards. Ekman-Larsson will get it back. On the right side then for Domi. 12:30 left to go here in the third period. Now Dakota Joshua will move it through the zone. Clears it back down low on the right side. Lane Hudson will pick it up. Benoit battling with him. Over then for Caulfield. For Slavkovsky, who will dump it down low into the Maple Leafs end. Stolarz comes out of his net to play it. Shots were 25-19. A shot from the point goes deflected behind the net. Now Caulfield with it. There's Yarncrook on the right side. Back for Nicholas Waugh, who was acquired in the Mitch Marner trade. Kick back down low. Then Matheson throws it around them behind the net. McCabe battling with Caulfield. Up to the point. A shot. And that one is stopped there by Stolarz from Dobson. At the point, Matheson a shot. Save. Rebound in front goes just wide on a good chance there by Slavkovsky. Yarncrook with 11.5 minutes to go will clear it out. Now the other way, Lorentz a chance. And that one goes just wide. Suzuki. Back over then through the neutral zone. Suzuki now back in front for Matheson. Here's Hudson. Comes in. Dangle shoots it. And it goes wide. No problem, Red Sox Daily. I appreciate it. Here comes Nyes. 1-0 on the breakaway. He's in. Saved by Montembault. Hudson without a stick. In front. Riley. He scores! The go-ahead goal. Morgan Riley. The longest tenured Toronto Maple Leaf. And it's 3-2 here halfway through the third. An unlucky play there for Lane Hudson. He didn't have a stick. And Matthew Nyes goes in there on the breakaway. He makes the initial save. But then the pressure there by Toronto, and Morgan Riley gets the go-ahead goal. It's 3-2 Maple Leafs.
Dangle shoots it, and it goes wide. No problem, Red Sox Daily. I appreciate it.
Morgan Riley, the most longest tenured defenseman and player on this Toronto team. He gets the go-ahead goal there, and it's 3-2 in favor of the Leafs. 10:40 left to go here in the third period. Zach Bolduc on the right side. Feeds it around them behind the net. Now Gallagher with it. Trying to get the game-tying goal here. Battling on the right side now. It goes down into the corner. Matthias Micheli with his first assist as a Maple Leaf as well. Got the secondary assist on that goal, sending Nyes on that breakaway. Puck slides down low into the corner. Banked off the boards then. Hudson. Around the right side. He got the unlucky play there. His stick just shattering as he has to go on a breakaway, and the puck slides down the other way. It's an icing against Toronto. Thank you all for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated here as we keep on moving through this stream.
think there, you're so frustrated as a player, you didn't score. Often you just take that turnaround. That's a heck of a play to stay on the puck.
Face-off coming here now inside of the Maple Leaf zone. Thank you all so much for tuning in. The score of Bruins and Capitals is in the third period. It is 1-0 Bruins still early in the third period. About halfway through the third in this one. And it's 3-2 in favor of the Maple Leafs here. Battling down low to the right side. Now Bobby McMahon will pick up that puck. McMahon sends a pass over to Nylander. It's intercepted. Taken down the other way then Dobson. Over to Kapanen. Kapanen with his first NHL goal tonight here. Trying to wait. Keeps it in the zone. Matheson in front. And it goes up in the air there. A big chance for Demidov. He can't tuck that one. Now coming down the other way. Tavares will move it back. Looks. Waits, takes it behind the net. Looks for options. Still drops it back then to Riley. Riley to Carlo. He moves in, loses control, shoots it. Saved there by Montembeault. Now back in the corner. McMahon battling for it. It'll slide all the way back down the other way. 9 minutes to go here in the third period. Shots are 27-21 in favor of the Canadiens, but the Leafs have the 3-2 advantage. Chance in front. Robertson! And saved there by Montembeault. A huge opportunity there for Nicholas Robertson. He nearly had the whole entire slot open. Down low now in the zone, it's Morgan Riley. Holding it here now for the Maple Leafs. Shots are 27-23. Riley to Ekman-Larsson. Kick back down low. Now behind the net, battling for it here. Puck goes off of Cole Caulfield, now behind the net. Jackeye battling for it. Arbor Jackeye moves it through the zone. A pass up then for Slavkovsky. Races for it over then for Caulfield, who will backhand it down low. A battle here in the neutral zone. Picked up then quickly by Nicholas Waugh. Waugh moves it in. Dekes around. Pass over. Deking in. Yarncrook a shot. It goes wide. Lorentz to the point to McCabe. Now Tanev throws it back behind the net. Waugh battling for it. Waits. Will backhand it off the boards now down low behind the net. Matthews can't control it. It'll go back over to the right side all the way up in the air and back down the other way as Toronto will regroup. Michelli to McCabe. Jake McCabe looking for options. Not over yet. That's right. It's not over. Gallagher sends a pass to Kirby Dach. It's intercepted by the Leafs. Riley will bank that one off the boards. Nyes sends one down low. Dobson waits. Skates it around. Will backhand it back to the corner. Matheson here sends it up to center ice. And cleared back down and into the Montreal zone. On the right side, then Benoit picks it up. Waits, Matheson trying to clear it up. Dach trying to keep it through. Drop back to the neutral zone and into the Toronto end. As they'll regroup with it. Behind the net. Arbor Jackeye with it. Waiting for the puck now down to the right side. Intercepted. Toronto trying to clear it out of their own zone. And intercepted there. Demidov keeps it in. Into the corner. Tanev fighting there with Demidov alongside McCabe. Up to the point. Montreal looking for the game-tying goal. A shot goes wide. Demidov deking around. Waits. Drops it back. Over there then is Newhook. Shoots it! And that one goes wide of the net. Expect for heavy pressure here by Montreal as we head into the last 5 minutes. Newhook feeds a pass over. Back then for Carrier. Will move it into the zone. Waits. Will fire that one around behind the net. And back then for Morgan Riley. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do what I can. Just trying to have some fun. Here's Nylander. Drops it back. Maple Leafs will hold with it. Morgan Riley will clear that one down low into the zone. Now Lane Hudson drops it around then behind the net. Cleared all the way down the other way then by Montreal. And here comes Waugh, intercepted. Here come the Canadiens again the other way. It's Anderson through the zone. Josh Anderson takes it around. The puck slides up. And stolen back then quickly by Toronto. Caden Gooley will hold the puck back down low then for Montreal. They'll rush it down the other way. Caulfield skating around. Looks for options. We'll clear that one down low. Stolars. Back then for McCabe in the corner. For Matthews. Waits. Around the right side. Picked up then by Nyes, who rushes for it now the other way. Drops it back then for Tanev. 4 minutes left to go here in the third period. Toronto has a 3-2 lead over the Montreal Canadiens. McCabe will send that one back around. Not a lot of whistles here so far. It's been pretty whistleless, if that's even a word. And we get a whistle here now for an offsides call. We'll go to commercial break as they certainly wanted to here before the dying seconds here of the third period. We are still tied at still a 3-2 lead for Toronto. Sorry. I was looking at the Phillies game. Thank you all for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Again, be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. Reminder, it is the Watch with Nordic charity stream. All donations and revenue go towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So there you go. Assist on that goal were from Matthew Nyes and Matthias Micheli, in case you were wondering. How much time is left? 3:59 remains. In this one. All right. Face-off coming here. Toronto looking to hold the lead here in their home opener, as they lead 3-2 over the Montreal Canadiens. Morgan Riley with the difference-making goal. Keep an eye out for Sam Montembeault, as first chance he gets, he's likely going to the bench. So keep an eye out there for sure. Face-off coming here at center ice. It's one back then by the Leafs. They'll clear it down low into the Montreal end. Matheson over then for Dobson. Noah Dobson to Slavkovsky. Suzuki will rush it back the other way. Battling forward here. Slavkovsky picks it up. Shoots it! And that one goes up in the air and out of play. Let's go Blue Jays chants breaking out in Scotiabank Arena. And Ranger Suarez is warming up. Huh. Face off here now inside of the Toronto zone. It's won back then quickly by the Maple Leafs. Domi on the right side trying to play it through. Battling forward here. It's sliding just barely out of the zone, and Toronto will shoot it down the other way. Morgan Riley, a good clear there. Montreal still trying to keep the pressure on. Toronto has the puck. Domi to Nyes up at the point. Now down low behind the net. Dobson battling for it. Thrown over to the right side. Now here's Kapanen. Intercepted. Nyes banks it off the boards for Domi. Max Domi moves it in. Shoots it. Glove save there by Monty. Again, Montreal trying to get that game-tying goal. And they're being held in their own zone here by the Leafs. Face-off in the Montreal end. Evans here versus Tavares, won by the Leafs. At the point, Benoit clears that one around behind the net. Gallagher trying to get to it there. Benoit now on the right side, battling forward here behind the net. McMahon waits, fighting alongside Caden Gooley. Still can't seem to pick it up. Poke checks it ahead, intercepted there by Evans. Jake Evans trying to rush it the other way. He throws it around behind his own net. Now picked up there by Gooley. And cleared all the way down the other way. And that'll be an icing against Montreal. They can't get a change. Ugh. Things cannot go right here. And a face-off coming here now again inside of the Montreal end. Canadiens can't seem to get a break now. 2:30 left to go here in the third period. It's still a 3-2 lead by Toronto. Here's McCabe. Backhands it down low. Stolen back then quickly by Montreal. They will get the puck the other way. Dump down low. Keep an eye out for Sam Montembeault. Puck is cleared back then. Will they pull him? No, not yet. Looks like they're going to wait. Dobson drops it back then for Carrier. Now Dobson waits. 2:10 left to go in the third. Held over then Suzuki. Spinorama move. Puck slides out, and once again they'll have to regroup. Less than 2 minutes to go now. Montreal plays the Wings tomorrow. Here's Suzuki now. Takes it into the zone. Less than 2 minutes to go. They'll pull Montembeault. Empty net here for Montreal. Here's Dobson, a shot. Saved by Stolarz. They'll force a face-off, which is going to be very useful here. That's exactly what they would have wanted. And the face-off will go to the right. Or, sorry, I guess the left of Anthony Stolarz. Looking at it from my perspective, it's right. To the penalty box side. I guess that's a better way to say it. And Montreal, not going to call their timeout here just yet. Face-off. Suzuki versus Tavares. It's won by Tavares. McCabe throws it around. Kept in, though, by Montreal on the right side. Intercepted. Nylander clears it down the other way. Racing forward is Matthews for the empty net. He will tuck that one in. And Austin Matthews with his first goal of the season. An empty netter at that. And Toronto will take this one away and win their home opener here 4-2. His 13th home opening goal. He has 12 in home openers, which is pretty unbelievable when you think about it. I mean, he did have 4 in his NHL debut, which was a opener, so there you go. But it's kind of crazy to think. And Matthews put that one right past Laine, puts that one into the net there, and that is game. Most goals in season openers upon active players. Matthews ties Alex Ovechkin for the most goals amongst active players. Montreal is still going to call their timeout here, though. Marty St. Louis did not do that in the previous play. the real turning point of that game was definitely the Morgan Riley goal for sure. We'll give an update here in the Bruins versus Capitals game as it's still 1-0 Boston. Or I'm sorry, it's 2-1. What the heck? Tom Wilson tied the game up from Chychrun and Protas, and then Elias Lindholm gets the go-ahead goal. It's 2-1. So an empty net goal there from Austin Matthews pretty much seals this game away, and Toronto will take the win here in their home opener. Puck in front there, backhanded by Suzuki, will go just wide. They'll pull Montembeault again, though, just to go for it, because you never know. Hudson to Laine, shoots it, saved there by Stolars. Now down low, intercepted quickly. Tanev trying to throw it in front. Laine waits to the point to Hudson. Hudson to Dobson. Dobson to Hudson now, cleared down low. To get an extra advantage, when you pull your goaltender, you can have 6 players on the ice. Toronto clears that one out of the zone. Less than 1 minute to go here in the third period. Slavkovsky moves it around now with an empty net. Here's Suzuki. Brings it into the zone. Drops it back for Caulfield. And that one's intercepted there. Caulfield waits. Suzuki to the point. A shot! And that one's wide. 24 seconds left. Suzuki waits, looks. Lorentz feeds Nylander. He'll go in there and he'll get an empty net goal as well. William Nylander, his first of the year. Matthews gets his first as well. Both of them being empty net goals. And Toronto seals the deal even more. It's 5-2. Just a reminder, guys, we will be live for the Oilers versus Flames game here in just a moment. So be sure to tune into that. That'd be much appreciated as well. And that being said, 10 seconds left. Time will wind down, and that will conclude the home opener for Toronto. They take the 5-2 win against Montreal. Final score, Maple Leafs 5, Canadiens 2. Anthony Stolars picks up the win in the 4th Watch with Nordic stream of the season and the highest viewed one at that. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to move on to Oilers and Flames up next in about 10 minutes or so. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. We'll be back here.